Welcome everybody. Michael Finch and Mark Peterson here with SFRhub Advisors. We're going to be talking a little bit through a number of video clips on build for rent and what's happening both within our company and across the country in the build for rent space. Mark Peterson here is our National Director of Build for Rent, and I wanted to really discuss a couple of the main topics in build for rent. What is build for rent, and there's a couple different ways of doing it, whether it's more of a horizontal regime or single family, detached and attached fee simple build for rent. Mark, what through your experience, what can you tell us about looking at the build for rent space and maybe some of the advantages of both sectors in build for rent?
Sure, we've probably looked at, in some capacity, at 250 to 300 different build for rent projects. Some of those are self-contained subdivisions, whether they're fee simple or horizontal regime. Some of the stuff we find with, let's call it traditional build for rent, even though it's not that old, and by that we mean the fee simple, whether it's single family detached, townhomes, condos, duplexes, something like that, is they're a very stable asset through time. The last downturn showed that while the underlying asset value might depreciate or probably would depreciate through a downturn, in most MSAs, rent held steady or actually increased through that time. The horizontal regimes, while they're getting, in the few markets they're getting great rents right now, we really don't feel that they've been tested yet through any meaningful downturn. So they're probably making a lot of sense for the builders. We don't know what the long-term hold is going to be like. As compared to traditional build for rent, we like traditional build for rent better as compared to, let's say, traditional multifamily, whether it's garden style or something similar that could be built on the same piece of land. Maybe they'd be a little more stable just because some of the units are detached. They're not all attached. So for at least some part of those residents, they're not dealing with someone on either side or on top of them.
Yeah, I agree, and I think where rents are going in this country and people wanting to live in their own homes, whether they're smaller ones or twos like the horizontal regime or true traditional single family homes, I think the market is strong for both, and I think there's a lot of longevity to come in the build for rent space.
Yeah, we're seeing, and others have seen, really some massive demographic shifts and preference shifts over the last number of years. And it's not just because of the downturn, it's kind of philosophical changes of renting versus owning. Some of the affluent are one of the fastest growing segments of purposely renting instead of buying. And so the whole notion of old, when it was if you buy, you buy, if you can't, you rent, is pretty much out the window now. So
yeah, 100% agree. Exciting space. Thank you, everybody.